Okay, Bianca, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. We jumped the gun a little bit there on the.
I know. I wonder if anyone heard.
You're just really anxious to get in there and start the show, huh?
That was great. Yeah, that was good. That was good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Considering, did you get it was really hot this past weekend? Did you do anything fun? Go to the beach? What'd you do?
No, just hung around. I didn't do too much. Maintain the veggies and that's it. Hung around.
Veggies.
Enjoy.
What kind
the
of
weather.
veggies are you maintaining?
So right now, I have some tomatoes populating and
we
some
actually have a
jalapenos. Yes.
Let's take a look at this. Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, the jalapenos. There they are, just dangling.
We're gonna talk to Brian Pitcher in a little bit about his garden too. And what are these? Are jalapenos?
Yeah, they are.
Ooh, those look really good.
I know.
You gave me more to post.
Oh, and you can see the rosemary kind of sneaking in there through the back.
Oh yeah, the rosemary right there behind it.
But
right?
yeah, this is my first time growing jalapenos. They're coming up pretty well.
Well, when did you start? You planted them in May, right, or something like that? I can't remember specifically.
I think I planted them in May, maybe a little bit earlier. I jumped on it really early because I love to plant. But yeah, I would say around the May time frame.
Okay, that sounds cool. I mean, when do you start harvesting these things?
As early as possible, really, as soon as I can. Yeah.
So those jalapenos look like they're almost ready.
I know. Well, I know a few more have to grow, but yeah.
So what are you gonna cook with those? Do you have anything in mind already?
I know. I've been thinking definitely probably some nachos. Maybe wrap some in bacon. Who knows? Yeah. Jalapeno stuffed burger.
You do like to cook a lot, don't you?
No,
I've seen posts on Facebook and. You're showing all these different things.
That's why I love growing my own veggies because you can just cook in the kitchen, then you can just run out there, pick something right off, rinse it off, and then throw it in. Yeah,
this
awesome.
Past week, last week actually, we were at Alba Restaurant, which is right up the street from our studio.
Oh gosh, yes.
And they have a garden on the roof.
I know,
and they grow their own
garden
vegetables. I mean, it was amazing.
Oh my gosh, it honestly was outstanding. When I ever walked up to the roof, I was surprised to see all the vegetables around. And what it's cute is when you sit down, you can eat your dinner, whatever, lunch, and there's just the vegetables growing around you, which is pretty cool because obviously they're picking the vegetables, using them fresh in the kitchen, and I think that's an incredible idea. I've yet to see that anywhere, so I thought that was
I've never
really
seen
cool.
that before myself.
Neither have I, yeah.
You're literally eating right next to vegetables all over the place.
Yeah, a beet plant. Yeah, it was
there's
awesome.
Tomatoes, there's
grapes,
all kinds of stuff.
Grapes. I was like, are there really grapes growing here right now? That was awesome. Yeah,
That's
I
very
really like
unique.
to see that. That was very unique.
Can you imagine the chef's coming up? It's like, oh, excuse me, let me pick this tomato.
I know. Yeah, that's cool.
And then it's on your plate like 15 minutes later.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I have a lot of respect
you can't get
for
much
that.
fresher than that.
Yeah,
Speaking of Alba, we're going to hopefully get Leo here, the owner of Alba, in a little bit. He's on his way back from New York.
Yep.
Let's hopefully he can make it in time. And the theme of this show tonight is going to be Quincy restaurants.
Yeah.
You as a Wicked Bites hostess, you've been to Angelo's Coal-Fired Pizza.
Yep.
You went to Fuji.
Correct.
West of Chestnut, which is right across the street.
Yes.
And recently, of course, Alba. The Alba segment has not aired yet. It will air probably in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we just did it last week. And
yeah.
I know Scott Whitley is running around trying to get content for all the new shows that are coming up in late summer and early fall. My first impression was when you walk right in, the dining room is gorgeous.
It is. It's huge. I didn't expect that at all.
Yes, it is huge. They've been there for 18 years.
I know.
And it's very well appointed. And they usually don't open. They're not open on weekdays until about 5 o'clock. 4 o'clock you can start meandering in and go to the bar.
But just by seeing it from the street, honestly, I didn't think it would be that big. I didn't think that at all. Just as soon as we walked in, it was nice and open. They have the separate dining room, a huge bar area. Then in addition to that, like what me and Mike were talking about, you go upstairs on the roof, you're surrounded by plants. And that they had 2 other bars up on top of the roof. Well, one working bar, another not in service, but it's just a huge place. Upstairs and downstairs. It's a really good environment, to be honest. I love it. It's easy parking, like we mentioned too in the episode. A lot of great food, steaks, seafood. It's just really everything
the
that
spread
you
there
could
was
want.
amazing.
It was, and it's like everything that you can want. A lot of people actually will travel into Boston, deep in the city, for something like that, and it's like, why take about 35 minutes off your route and stop somewhere at Alba? It's totally worth it.
And like you said about the free parking in the city of Quincy, after 4 o'clock every single day, it's free.
That's important.
Yes, it's very important.
That's very important.
You go to Boston and you're paying $30, $40, sometimes even $50
It's ridiculous.
just to go have dinner.
When I used to look back at like a lot of the modeling gigs I did and going up to auditions and stuff like that, like, don't get me wrong, I love and I'm grateful to be going into Boston all the time to audition for these things, but sometimes I remember one time I went for a casting, you know, I didn't even make the casting, which stinks, but I had to pay $40 to park there, and I was there for maybe not even an hour, which stinks because it's like you waste all this money on parking, and it's what's the point, you know? It just I'd rather park for free.
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
to spend a lot more time.
And then, you get to spend more on
Don't
food.
have to worry about your parking if you're going to come back to your car. Maybe it's not there.
And actually,
maybe you have a ticket.
Right. And when you think about it, if you get to spend more money on food, you probably have a better evening out.
Yeah.
Or drink,
I was
whatever.
just going to say that.
Or get a nicer
dessert.
bottle of wine.
Yeah, dessert. Yeah.
Yeah, tip your waiter a little bit better.
Yeah,
maybe,
right? I know.
And I mean, there's still plenty to do around here, too. Take a walk on the beach or something like this, theaters, things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot around, yeah.
Right, afterwards, if you don't feel like going into town. But even if you do feel like going into town, you can have dinner here and then go into town afterwards. It'd
Exactly,
be a lot less,
yeah.
Avoid the traffic.
I know, yeah. Maybe take the train in or something.
Yeah, the train is only a block away.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
true. Absolutely
Yeah.
true. So what are your plans for August? Anything good?
Not really. Just filming, you know, enjoying the last bit of summer I can get. Yeah.
August is a special month. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're Miss August.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
In the Beantown Beauty Calendar.
About that. Yes.
I'll hold this higher up so everyone can see that a little better.
So August will be a beautiful month.
Yes.
I know. I think we shot that didn't we shoot that in August?
Yeah, no. Actually, we shot that in September.
Oh, wow.
You know how I remember? Because
Wow.
we went to the beach after we were at the seafood festival in Hampton Beach.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We went to Salisbury Beach.
We did, I see.
To shoot that. That's what I remember. And you actually been doing a little traveling. Can we talk about that? The food that you had when you were on your recent trip? How was the food?
That was good. I don't think that we should talk about that much, but it was really
Well, did you
good.
enjoy the food? That's all I'm going to ask.
Not as much as here.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. That's
not
fair.
as much as here, because the thing is, I feel like I'm treated like royalty here, you know? You can't compare to some of the foods that I've experienced, you know, outside of Boston in this area, just by my own cooking. I don't think it measures up.
But you had fun, though, right?
Yes,
okay,
and that's all
That's
that
all I want to know.
Yes.
You do like to travel now.
Yes.
You've been working so hard. You've been barely able to travel.
I know.
So it must have felt good going on a nice little vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
Wish I could say the same thing. So hey, listen. Right now, I'm going to bring in our good friend Brian Pitcher.
Sure.
Brian, let's see if I get a shot of you. There he is. Well, let me bring up your mic too. That would help, huh? Hold on.
I shaved tonight. He told me I'd be on air, so I shaved tonight.
Brian dressed for the occasion. Hey, sporting the colors, the Red Sox colors.
Yeah,
you got the Red Sox thing going on.
They won the night before that. They got a Yankee series coming up soon, so let's hope they do really well.
So, Brian, you're a gardener too, right?
Yeah. You know, I've been gardening since Quincy had a community program, actually, for gardening back when I was 8. So my mom taught me how to garden way back when, and we talked about this before on a different episode. But I think now the proof is in the pudding. I mean, my garden is growing up over the fence, every side. It's incredible. The cucumbers trying to take over the tomatoes, and the tomatoes are battling with the peppers. But that's always a good thing, you know, when you get such a good harvest. So it's been warm enough, and it's been wet enough, actually. So perfect.
Yeah, I mean, we've been having quite the amount of rain this summer. There's absolutely no way they can say we're having a drought this summer.
No.
Usually you get those messages from your water company saying, please reserve the water.
Yeah, water bans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, water
and
bans.
It's like I've seen the posts already up on the mornings in my town. I'm like, what are they talking about?
No, the Quabbin Reservoir, which is our main reservoir, is just completely full. It's at capacity. So to say that is kind of crazy. But recycling water is another way you can do it. You can actually get buckets, these giant like drain buckets from your gutters, and actually reuse that water. So there's different ways we can conserve, even though we don't have to conserve.
So you got any jalapenos in your garden?
No, because
jalapenos,
believe it or not, and I love it on burgers, and I always make it with my salsas. I need the jalapeno, but I use more bell peppers. I use more of the big, the reds and the greens.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Because I saute and I reduce that down. I usually make a good vegetable, lasagna or a pasta.
And you got to be making me that chili sometime in
Yeah,
August
and the
or
chilies,
September,
right? And then you need the green chilies for the.
Bianca, wait till you try
that.
his chili.
I love
His
chili.
is
Chili is the
amazing.
best.
Hey,
Chili
let me
is
ask you a
the
question.
best.
I've seen some great stuff from Craig too. Bianca's first guest, Craig Kimberly, who was here back in early May.
Yep.
I love Craig.
Right. So what's he
Yeah,
been
he
up
has
to?
some great videos.
This is cookout time, right?
He's
Or
been
barbecue time?
doing sausages. Like he had sausages and peppers segment just recently, and I looked at it. It's like when you think about going to a Red Sox game, the sausage and the peppers and everything, but he makes it so good. When you look at it, you're like sniffing the monitor. You're like, where is he? It's just his flavoring. And I went up a couple weeks ago and had a brisket that he smoked for the day. So we smoked for like 12 hours just so we can come over and watch the game, watch one of the Pats games and everything. It's just he's incredible. He just
Cool.
Such a great job.
I would love to go up there maybe on the fall and have like a little football action with barbecue.
I mean, and he's
That would
sponsored.
be
What do you think,
He's
Brian?
sponsored
Bianca?
too.
That would be
I'm
perfect.
game. Or I could have him come down here and
With
bring
the
one of his
grill?
cold things down here, and we could pick right from the garden and
Mike has
actually
an extra
make
room.
it happen
He can
right
set
there.
up a grill in. We can set the grill
Yeah.
up in the extra room.
Yeah,
Grill
well, no,
inside.
I talked about this with him, and he's willing to come down and do that, set up one of the grills down here. But it literally takes him all day because of the way that he cooks, because
I
he
see.
smokes a lot of his stuff. Whether it be the briskets or the steaks, whatever basically he has on the menu, or whatever the butcher shop has a really good deal on. And he actually went to that festival as well, the cook-off.
the one in Nashville.
The one in Nashville, and he didn't place in the top 5, believe it or not, but he was in the top 10 in one category.
Wow.
So I mean, that's for his
Still
first
not bad
year.
though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
considering it
That's
was his
nuts.
first time, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was.
crazy, wow.
I mean, he went really just for the experience at this point, right?
Oh, he went with the experience, and his team did very well. They all worked together, and he made a great rib, and the ribs made it into that higher category, which was great. I have another friend in Florida who actually came in 4th, which he didn't know that I knew when I was like, hey, how did that guy come in 4th? But to turn out so well and to cook the way that they do, it's just I can't even watch their feeds. Their feeds are ridiculous.
I know,
mean,
right?
You're on the feed now, so you see it. It's like.
it's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's like this is what you do today, and not only that, he's an award-winning producer. Because Bianca said his shows look so good.
Yeah, yep.
And I go,
The
yeah, that's
videos.
because he's done TV shows for Discovery Channel.
Of course.
And won
yeah.
awards for him, fishing shows.
I know. Just
So-
when we saw that brief YouTube clip, it looked awesome of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
But
the
it makes you want to
sausages,
sniff
dressing
the
them out. It looks-
monitor.
yeah. No.
It's like
what's
what's going on here?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
looked like, oh my gosh, it was flawless.
Your
It really
olfactory is kicking in.
That was the wrong screen right there. That was our guest for tonight. A little later on, we'll introduce Kerry in a few seconds. I get so many buttons in front of me. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
He's like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, he's there for 1
No
second,
one
gone
sees
the
the
next.
wizard.
Yes,
You get all these
behind the
buttons.
scenes action magic.
Exactly.
Brian was with us on the shoot at Alba last week.
I was blown away. I was
Yes.
absolutely blown away. And you know what? I have done Alba during New Year's a couple times with close friends, and we love really nice things sometimes. And it was like New Year's, and we're like, let's do it. Let's do Alba. And we're so used to go to the North End, this thing, and we were blown away then, and I was blown away again. And then when he talks about the passion about his food, now he's had a garden his whole life too. But I don't want to take away from his thunder. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave that to him. But the food, from the diversity of the plates, it had the lobster, it had the Alaskan king crab legs, the shrimp. He had the steaks, some of the best steaks that are around. He had the
Those
number 3
steaks were
meatball.
so tender.
I know.
Yeah.
And he had the number 3 meatball in New England, and right behind our other friends, the Fratellis.
Bianca's cheating. She thought the camera wasn't cheating. A little cup of wine there.
Right,
She was like,
but it's like
that's okay, Bianca.
I
go
just
for
went
it.
to the Encore buffet. I went to the Encore buffet just recently, and I had mixed emotions. I had
did
mixed
you?
emotions.
Oh, did you?
It blew only
Tell
one
us.
sock off.
Really?
But
Only
Alba,
one? Did you write that into Yelp?
Yeah, I did. I actually wrote it in, and I wrote it in on Facebook. And you know what? I'm not the only one.
Blast them.
So
Really?
yeah, I'm not the only one. And I tell you, I went to Alba, and I had a better selection, a better quality, and a better experience.
Interesting.
Than going to Encore, and that's what it's supposed to specialize in. They're really good at the American part of the buffet, but like they did Italian and they had pizza. Who's going to a pizza? What short bus window licker is going to the to the pizza at a buffet?
Those are my people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you don't do that. So they had that. That's what they had as their Italian dish, and then they had meatballs with the white gravy.
White gravy?
White gravy. What am I, Polish?
I'm gonna rip the microphone out of the stand.
It was horrible.
What
it was
the?
horrible. I said as a travesty, I'm going to stick with the American turkey.
Can we do a phone-in for the food director of Encore? Can we
no,
get
no,
them
I
on
tell
the
ya.
phone on this episode?
I don't know about that.
And confront them, all of us.
Well,
right
listen.
now,
Go to the American side of that one. It has the prime rib is awesome. The steak is awesome. The brisket was dry. The turkey was unbelievable. I could talk about that, but I want to talk about Alba because Alba that I went to had the diversity in the menu and the quality of the food.
Crazy.
Everything was good. No matter what it was, everything was good.
They have so many choices. What do they have? They have sushi. They have a pizza oven. They have steak. They have seafood.
Right, everything.
I want to talk about those desserts.
Bring 5
Oh my
friends.
God! Can we talk about those
desserts were
because
amazing.
we had one dessert and I forget what it was.
The one I had that I can eat.
The flambé.
That was delicious. I think that's what it was.
It was a milk
Jello
dessert.
type thing.
It was a milk dessert with fresh blueberries and strawberries.
That was amazing.
We had to film it so
sugar.
quick because it was hot up there.
Yeah, that was
that's
amazing.
true.
And you don't want to eat that stuff quick. That's the stuff you just want to just like
I wanna eat it quick.
a spoonful. If you don't want to get fat, the trick is chew more.
Oh.
Okay?
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It's chew more.
Well, you might be exercising a little bit more. You're still putting
you
the same
enjoy the
calories.
food, not just gobble
I
it
see what
down.
you mean. Well,
You know
actually,
what I'm saying?
I see
You
what you
gobble and gobble and gobble.
He means you'll feel fuller quicker and you'll eat less. I get it. Okay.
Oh, okay. See, he already knew.
Yes,
he
that is
walked
true.
himself through that.
He
and
just
figured
set
I
out.
didn't know what he meant by that. I thought
sure.
I thought you meant never mind.
I thought the wizard knew everything.
I lost control of the show somewhere along the line. It's actually
so
Bianca's show. But okay, so listen. Kerry Byrne's coming up, okay? And Kerry was the former food writer, food and beer. I want to say the food and beer writer for the Boston Herald. So I'm sure he's got plenty of stories to tell, and he has a Quincy connection, and that's why we're talking about Quincy restaurants. This is our hood, if you want to call it that. A lot of great restaurants coming in. He's going to shed some light on that and give us maybe a little glimpse into the future for this area.
Yes.
South Shore of Boston, and it's an up-and-coming area. New stuff in Marina Bay, new stuff here in downtown Quincy. Lots of great places that a lot of people don't even know about. So even though you might be watching this who knows where in the world, but we're going to be talking about our local neighborhood right now, and hopefully maybe everyone watching can come down and visit at some point. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be coming right back with Kerry Byrne. Okay, and maybe hopefully we'll get some of the other restaurant owners in the area to
And
come
some
up.
food tasting.
Yeah, we get some stuff coming up. All right, I know Bianca brought something special, so
yes,
we'll be taking a look at that. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a look at some commercials and see you on the flip side.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's good? What's up? What's happening today?
Let's see those pearly whites, man.
Yeah. The boys, check it.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to try?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Okay, we're back, and Kerry, welcome.
Hey.
How you doing?
Nice to see all you guys. Thanks for having me here.
Whoops, I got the wrong mic on. Here we go. Let's put this mic. There you
It's
go.
a pleasure.
There we go.
Actually, we've met before, but it's a pleasure to see you. Now, were you coronated? Was there a ceremony, or?
I guess I crowned her, didn't
I? Yeah. I've been the food queen for a while
Awesome,
now. Yeah.
awesome. I was the king of beers for like 20 years, so you and I might, we might have a future
right?
together.
That's the good thing to be a king of.
So
now we're talking.
Kerry, let's give us a little backstory on you and what you've been doing
The
all
life
these
of
years.
Kerry.
Yes, exactly.
I spent 25 years as a global food and travel writer, 19 years with the Boston Herald. I was pretty much the first craft beer writer in Greater Boston, one of the first big city beer writers in America. Got into the whole food scene. For a kid who grew up in Quincy, like Brian, who, an old Irish-American diet where we didn't eat a lot of great food. It's kind of ironic how it all went down. But I've had a great, I just have got to travel the world, eat food, and see some great things. And now I'm kind of back here in Quincy. Quincy's the next great dining destination in Greater Boston. We're minutes from downtown Boston, right on the Red Line, a block from where you guys are, right near Albert and the great places you guys were talking about. And we've had, just in the last, since I started working here, and I work with other great chefs in restaurants and around Greater Boston, but we've had 19 new restaurants open right here in Quincy Center just in the last, year and a half, 2 years.
That's crazy.
Representing a whole, cross-section of different styles and flavors and price points and cuisines, and this is really a very dynamic food scene. And by the way, Alba, what you guys are talking about, is honestly probably one of the top 10 restaurants in Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get enough
tell.
credit because it's in Quincy. And when I covered the Boston food scene, people in the food scene in Boston didn't talk about Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
So that frustrated me as a native of here. So I went to the city and said, hey guys, let me help you talk up Quincy, because Quincy didn't talk up itself. I mean, you're talking a very historic old city. You're right on the Red Line. You have the biggest coastline in Massachusetts, 27 miles of coastline. And you get now this dynamic food scene.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Alba's been here for 18 years. And the food is, there's three things, when you go to a restaurant, there are three things people judge a restaurant on, okay? This is how I've broken it down.
All right.
There's three things. The food, of course. Is the food good?
Of course.
The service. Is the service good? And then the toughest part is when you walk in, do you feel it?
I see.
Right? And you
Okay.
talked about it earlier, Bianca. When you walk in Alba, what do you
Oh,
you feel it? You feel it.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
Right?
you
You
feel
feel
it.
it, Brian, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I
when
felt
you walk
something.
in,
Yeah, I definitely did.
Uh-oh.
I get because
Yeah.
it has
It
a brick
moved.
oven there, the aroma, the setting.
the brick walls,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it's awesome.
But Albert, so when you walk in, you're like, I was there the other night, and a bunch of businessmen from out of town, you can tell they're from out of town, they walked around and said, oh, this place will do. This is it, right? And the service is excellent. They run a tight ship, and I can walk into a restaurant. I've been doing this so long now.
Yeah, of course you have.
I can walk into a restaurant, and within 5 minutes, okay, I can tell you if it's well run or not.
Okay.
A restaurant, a brewery, a pub, a dive bar, anything, and I can tell you if it's well run or not. Or I can tell you if there's chaos going on in the back room and they're ready to kill each other. You can tell. And Albert's a tightly run ship.
They
It's
are.
well managed. Everyone's polite. It's every now and then someone might have a bad experience, but for the most part, that place runs like clockwork.
Of course. Yep.
You talked about the different cuisines they have. Like
It's
you
crazy.
did, right?
Yeah, the selection. It's
in the selection.
unbelievable.
But for the most part, it's basically a big city steakhouse.
Yeah.
It's mostly a kind of, at its core, it's a meat and potatoes old-fashioned steakhouse.
Yep.
But now they have sushi on the roof deck and things like that.
Yeah, but that adds,
But,
you know?
but so you
Talk about
walk
that
in.
roof
so,
deck too.
So,
I mean, that's a brand new roof deck.
Yeah.
But you walk,
2 weeks,
you
yeah.
walk in, right? You get the, wow, this is great,
Yeah.
right? And then the service is excellent. Someone's always here to greet you. They're taking care of you right away. They're very professional.
They are, yeah.
They're friendly, but not over friendly, right?
Yeah, helpful.
And then the food is excellent.
Yeah.
The food is excellent. And then you go up to so they have the main dining room when you walk in. They have the bar area, which is huge. They have kind of the next door restaurant.
They do.
Zest.
Yep.
They have a private wine cellar downstairs. They actually have the private wine locker in the bar area. They have a private dining room upstairs, and then they have the roof deck.
Yeah.
The most expensive wine too.
They have a huge selection of wine. Yep.
They have stuff like Opus One, like literally world-class wines that you can't. And by the way, they sell them at about 75% of the price in Boston.
Correct. Yeah, that's what Leo was saying. Yep.
They move. That is one of the highest volume wine restaurants in New England. The reason why, he's selling it a little under the price of the Boston restaurants. And real wine people, if you're a real wine person, you go to Alba.
You have like a cup around your neck.
You got to get the same a $2,000 bottle of wine in Boston. You're going to get for $1,200 a dollar.
Right.
Yeah, that's
so legit. I'm talking legit money wine people. That's where they go. And he's the biggest wine volume retailer. Restaurant for a lot of different wines. To the point, all the distribution houses, the wine distribution, when they have their Christmas parties, you know where they go? They go to Alba. I swear to God. So it's a
great restaurant, and
it's legit.
I don't blame them.
Let's talk about some of the gems. Yeah, let's talk about some of the other gems.
Okay, so let's talk.
Let's talk about Fuji right across the street.
So
Another great restaurant.
JP Fuji Group, is one of the probably the best Japanese restaurant group in New England right now. They have, I think, 9 restaurants in Greater Boston. It is a Quincy-based company. Owner Jimmy Liang grew up he was born in China, but he grew up here in Quincy. Right. Quincy has a very big Chinese and Vietnamese, very big Asian population. His Boston accent is worse than mine. It's so funny. He's this really well-built, pugnacious.
He is built, yeah.
He's built Chinese guy who has Boston accent worse than mine, and I've lived here my whole life. But he runs a great business. He has great restaurants, beautiful food, very sophisticated sushi, and I think of his 9, I think it's 8 and 9 right now. 6 of them are here in Quincy. According to his flagship, Fuji at WOC west of Chester, right across the street from the studio here, legit big-time food. I brought every big food writer in Boston, or most of the big food writers, and they're like, wow, this is a legit spot. Not only do they have a lot of restaurants have a private dining room. At Fuji, they have a private kitchen.
Yeah,
I believe it's Boston's
gorgeous.
Only private kitchen. You don't just rent out the dining room. We talked. Alba has two private dining. A lot of restaurants have private dining rooms.
Yeah.
You get a private kitchen. You rent it out.
Right.
You get a chef to cook for you.
It's gorgeous.
And now it costs a couple bucks, but it's beautiful.
Worth it.
And they close off the whole restaurant. They have a curtain that opens up to the kitchen, and they'll bring in fresh seafood just for you and your party. Legit big time food. And then there's a place like the Townsend. I don't know if you've been to the Townsend.
No, I have
not.
not.
The Townsend, when you go to Alba, all the politicians, the power players, the developers, the money guys, you might go in there and congressmen might be in there, like Stephen Lynch, someone like that.
Okay.
All the big developers around, power players go to Alba. It's a power place. At Townsend, it's kind of more of it's much smaller. It's a little tiny 50-seat restaurant.
Okay.
Very cocktail driven, great food. But when all the foodies are here in Quincy, that's where they go.
I see. Okay.
So it's a different, and you need all of these things.
You do.
So you might be in there, and they might be like the local brewer. They might be the hot cocktail guy from Boston. They might be a chef from another restaurant.
I see.
Like more kind of it's a different crowd, but it's very chefy driven, cocktail driven.
Yeah, but that's good.
And the Townsend opening in Quincy, the guys that run it all work for Barbara Lynch and Garrett Harker, who run all the big restaurants in Boston, right? Isla Craig Oyster Bar, Number 9 Park, on and on. Their resume is vast. Those guys all come from that background. And by the way, Leo's background, he worked at, Grow 23. He worked at Anthony's Pier 4.
Yeah, he said that.
So when you go to Alba, you're getting prime beef, like you get all the big steakhouses. But these guys are a little more, they're just different. But we have all these things going on. And then the Asian dining scene, besides just Fuji. There's little dumpling spots, there's Indian restaurants, everything.
Oh, yeah, there is.
We're going to take a little break.
Yep.
And then when we come back, maybe we can get somebody in here or maybe get them on the phone and talk about maybe some of the stuff right in the local area. And then we'll talk about other restaurants in the area, okay? Okay, cool. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back, I have more stuff for you, okay? All right, we'll be right back.
opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything. All I did was dance. I was being scouted for a scholarship. I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor. If making my detox public is gonna help somebody, I'm all for it. Is there any medicine that I can have right now? I'm cold sweating really bad. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Okay, we're back.
We are back.
They're trying to get somebody on the phone, and in the meantime, Bianca and I will have another little conversation, I suppose.
Yes.
Bianca, you've went to Angelo's Coal-Fired Pizza, too, another restaurant right up the street from us, and we did a Wicked Bites segment there as well.
Yes.
And that was another amazing surprise.
Oh, that was great.
Wasn't it? I mean, the thin crust pizza there.
Oh, that was awesome.
The meatballs, and
Yeah.
I mean, and if you just want a more casual dinner or night out, or
that's
just like
definitely
before
the
the
place to
movies
go.
or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's an amazing place to go.
Definitely.
And
hit
Kerry,
Angelo's.
you're back on mic while we're waiting.
Dude, not only is Angelo's good, so there's a legit big time pizza scene here. There's an Asian scene, a seafood scene, a steak scene, but the pizza scene too. So you have Angelo's Coal-Fired Pizza, and then just 2 weeks ago, Crush Pizza.
No way.
Open wood-fired pizza. Crush, there's one other location, downtown Boston, State Street. They opened their second location. They heard the buzz at Quincy Center. They just opened their second location right here in Quincy Center. So they're doing legit Neapolitan-style wood-fired pizza. Awesome stuff. So you got coal-fired pizza, you got wood-fired pizza, you got like at Napoli's, which has been open here in Quincy Center since 1962. Old school, just neighborhood pizza joint. It's been going for 50-something years. You have bar pizza. You know, South Shore style bar pizza is a legit thing, right? So we have legit South Shore S6 down the street. South Shore bar pizza is something you don't get anywhere else. You don't get in the North Shore. You don't get in West, Metro West. You don't get in other parts of the country. It's like these little Greek pan pizzas you only get in dive bars in south of Boston.
Yeah.
And it's a legit phenomenon, South Shore bar pizza. And I'm pretty sure, the Wicked Bites guys have done stuff on it. But you have that right here. So there's a whole cool, there's Greek style pizza, Italian pizza. There's a whole cool. And then
everything.
They have a place like 16C right down the street here in Quincy Center. Carrie Lynch Delaney is the owner, and her aunt is Barbara Lynch, one of America's top restaurateurs all over Boston. And Barbara helped develop the menu. And they have sheets. They call them sheets. They're like super creative, hip, cool pizzas that they serve on sheet. They're like upside down pizza pans.
What?
So you get all that literally within a block of each other right here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to go in there and try that.
So-
See? I need to go in there and try it. I've only been to Angelo's. That's it. So
Oh, no.
I need to
You're
make
not
my
even,
mind.
you're not even scratching.
No,
And
I
Angela's
haven't
great.
even scratched at all.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
even scratched the surface
No,
here. So
not at all.
You want to know the scene here. You talk to me, Bianca.
Oh,
We'll-
yeah. No,
we'll
we have
take
to
it.
go out for some pizza.
There
then
you go.
hit the Chinese.
Yep.
There's so many options.
We're having technical
People
difficulty
need
getting
to-
Jimmy on the phone, so unfortunately we can't.
Well, we can try our food from the meantime, but
we'll try some food.
with Jimmy in mind, you got to keep Quincy in mind. Next time you try to go out to eat, next time you want to try
Absolutely.
something new, Quincy, there's no reason why you shouldn't want to go up here. Parking, you have literally all different kinds of food options really at your fingertip. You can just park, get out of your car, and then make your choice.
Is there any position for PR for Quincy? Carrie,
know.
that she can.
Well,
She's a good- she's a
I
good
am hiring,
salesperson.
you know. So, by the way, if you want the job, which is what I do now, Quincy. You got to learn how to pronounce it. Quincy.
Quincy.
We have a
There you go.
pronunciation.
Oh,
yeah.
she's getting out the foodstuffs here that we're going to be playing around with. Actually, we got a couple others too that we're going to. Why don't you, Sam? Why don't you put those in front of us? So we got some thing that we do once in a great while. Okay, he went out. Okay, yeah, bring those out there to them. Okay, I know we're a little bit disorganized here, and we're going to do a blind taste test
What the heck
as
is
well
this?
as food sampling. Okay, so you got 2 cups in front of you. A blue and a yellow. All
right.
We want you to try out these You're not allergic to chocolate or anything.
No, but
right?
I'm colorblind.
You are colorblind. Okay.
I think I can. This is the blue. This is the yellow.
That's the yellow. Yes,
All right,
correct. So try one in each and see if you can taste the difference. Have a preference. Okay, there she is. She knows how to play to the camera. Okay, that's one.
That was
These
yellow
are coconut chocolates, by the way.
Huh.
Okay, try them both and see which one do you prefer, blue or yellow.
What do you think?
We're gonna have one for
Carrie?
Brian too, blue or yellow.
None.
Okay, none.
Oh wait.
Why do I have a half of them?
Okay, why do you only have a half of one? Did Sam eat one?
There's a big mouse in there or something? What's going
I
on?
don't know if the camera can
Try
see
them
this.
out, Brian. Try them out.
Hey, am I commenting on these now, or
Yeah, you can comment them on them now. Sure.
The first one tastes. I love coconut.
Which one was the first one? The blue or the yellow?
I had the blue first.
Okay.
That to me tastes a little more coconutty and more authentic and natural to me.
Okay, the blue one. Okay, all right. Bianca, which one do you?
I thought it was a York peppermint patty at first until I bit
Okay.
into it, but that's more minty. That's mint.
Brian's just enjoying himself. Look at him.
I don't know.
Oh, we have Cheez-Its.
Oh, hey.
Well, Cheez-Its weren't part of this. No, Brian just basically.
I love health food.
Yes, Brian just basically stole that one out of my office. That's fine. That's all right though.
You put the lime in the coconut.
So we got Kerry loving the blue one
Okay.
over the yellow one. Bianca, do you have a preference?
I guess this smaller one. This was in
The blue one.
the blue cup.
The blue one.
We just-
Okay, now we got to get Brian's opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go blue cup too.
I don't
Blue
know.
cup too.
I
All
don't
right.
really like either of them.
Just to have you know, the other cup, the yellow cup was Mounds, okay, and the blue cup,
the bigger one,
the blue cup,
Mounds.
no,
It had almonds. It would be like sometimes they
it's
feel like a nut. sometimes they don't.
sugar-free Russell Stover chocolates.
I
The first
prefer
one
that.
is the blue
blue
one.
You
one.
are evil.
That's sugar-free. Can you believe that?
It tastes great. You can taste the coconut. I taste
And the other
coconut.
one was just your regular Mounds.
You have horns. You treat me.
I don't
Okay.
like the Mounds. Yeah.
I was just curious because when people say sugar-free, they feel automatically like it's going to be a bad thing.
No.
And I'm telling you right now, they've done some amazing things with sugar-free products.
I think you're on.
Mike,
a
you wouldn't
coconut
know it. You wouldn't know it by looking at me. I haven't put sugar in anything in years. I mean, I don't eat a lot of sugar, but to the point that if I just eat a blueberry, I'm like, oh my god, there's so much sugar in it. And when you cut like just table sugar out of your diet, fruit is actually filled with tons of there's so much
Natural
sugar in
sugar.
natural.
It is. Yeah.
And to the point it's almost not even good for you itself.
Yeah.
Just plain fruit. But
Yeah, too
everything
much
to
of
me,
anything is
because
bad
I
for
like
you,
bitter
right?
flavors, but just plain fruit now is because I haven't had table sugar in years. Obviously, if I eat a chocolate chip cookie on the holidays,
Yeah.
there's sugar in it, but
Well, actually,
I don't. I have almost no tolerance for sugar, so
Wow.
it's funny that the one that was sugar free I loved. I thought
I
it
know.
was so
I
delicious.
thought the sugar-free one was great. Yeah.
The other
there
one
you go.
too cloying.
just
for me.
messing with people's perception. All right, so Bianca's got something pretty fun there. I don't know how you're going to have everyone
well, I
try
have-
that.
I-
oh yeah, give one to Kerry there.
Okay, the
that's a new
coconut?
product.
Yeah.
These are new products, folks.
See, I think you're on a coconut theme.
We have
Maybe
shot
we can
glasses.
put the yeah, I was gonna say we can put this in a shot glass too.
Do you
Or
put
do you have
the-
a spoon?
We can get the little
We have a
cups for you.
spoon for this.
A spoon? You need a spoon for?
Well, no, I was gonna say. I mean, I could put.
Oh,
this on
that.
this-
Yeah, we can put that.
I'm
yeah,
always
okay.
the big spoon.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right,
Now I
let's
get what
try
she's
this
trying to
Cocoa
say.
Fusion 100. What is this?
Yes.
Is this
Okay.
infused?
These are all brand new products, by the way. Brand new products this week. Try them out. See if you like them. These are all at Shaw's right now. What we've been eating here.
Well, you can try some too. I'll just give this.
Okay, we'll go back to the screens now. See everyone eating
I have
everything.
some more spoons over here.
Okay, so Bianca's organizing everything.
Oh,
I'm giving a
is it still on
play-by-play
air?
so they can.
That's really
they can-
good.
We're so disorganized, folks.
Is
That's
this
the-
mango? I love mango. Mango
Yes.
is my thing.
You
It's a
thought this
mango.
was mango? No,
Mango
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, it is mango.
I love
Oh.
mango. I love mango salsa.
Thanks.
I love mango.
Oh my God.
I love mango on fish.
See, okay, the thing with me is I like mango salsa. I'm picky. I won't eat a mango. I'm never one to eat a mango and just peel it raw. I like it in salsa or something. I really did not think that this was mango. It's very good. I wouldn't have picked
Bianca,
it up.
What's your take on it,
yesterday.
Kerry? What's your take
Say that
on
again?
it?
Made mango salsa. I'll give you some.
No way. You should have brought some. I love mango salsa. Now you are the one with horns.
This is too perfumey for my personal taste.
Oh.
It's got a lot of perfume in it.
Yeah.
You know,
fragrance. You mean?
Yeah. And when you're like in the beer and wine world, a lot of things. Like a perfume aroma is kind of a byproduct of fermentation, and I don't like it. I personally don't like it.
Well, that's a pass from Kerry, so we'll put it away. What should we try next?
Okay, try your product.
Kerry, pick.
The thing that says peanut butter.
You want
Peanut butter jelly to be the bad.
All right. Let's see how.
Peanuts are not a nut, by the way. Peanuts are a legume.
Are you a nut?
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
How's that for a little bit of food?
So are
trivia?
cashews. Cashews are legumes too.
Cashews as well as legumes?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
Brian?
I love crab rangoons. What are you talking about, guys? Fuji's makes a lobster
But do you know the
rangoon, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
I had it yesterday.
Yeah. Do you know the history of the Peking ravioli? Is that another show?
The Peking ravioli, I don't know.
Peking raviolis were invented by a woman, Joyce Chen, who owned these Chinese restaurants in Cambridge. And Americans at the time, in the 50s, when she opened her restaurant, she was so popular, they actually put her on a stamp. But Americans didn't know what a dumpling was, so she called them Peking ravioli, and Americans all knew ravioli, and now Peking ravioli is like the
ravioli.
It's total marketing. It was all genius marketing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now.
All right, sorry for the tangent.
That's okay.
I like the pan-fried raviolis with the ginger sauce.
Because you look like a Peking ravioli kind of guy.
Look at the girl
He
there.
looks like a Peking ravioli.
Kind of guy.
This doesn't say a runner. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you like that, Bianca?
I haven't even tried it. Oh my God. I don't. Oh, what the heck?
Awful. That sucks.
I will eat anything.
So I guess Brian's the only one that likes them. Look at him.
The consistency on it was just the consistency.
He's giving us sound.
I've eaten cardboard boxes that floated in South Boston harbor water.
I'm like a great white shark.
I guess there's a pass on that one.
No.
That's actually for your kids.
No.
Not my kids. Thank God I don't have kids.
Who in Christ would be their kids? The kid would chip its tooth on this.
Yeah,
The
those are for
texture
kids.
is off.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
a
American prisoners and Japanese internment camps would not eat that
Wow. All right, let's go.
All right, we'll top it off with hopefully what is
great
the
white
best,
sharks.
the best one of the
Did
night.
I go too far?
Yeah.
All right, look at her.
No.
Look at her. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh my good Lord. Pass this sucker down.
Oh.
Okay.
I gave you a spoon right there. Oh, if you
Gonna lick it off my face? Yeah.
take off your shirt.
Right, now we're talking, Bianca. I knew I liked you. There we go.
All
right, this is a PG-rated show. Come on, yeah.
Oh, that looks good. I wish I could have
God.
some.
All right.
This is delish.
Oh, it goes. Look at my Tabasco. Oh, that's sexy.
Wow. Ooh, that's hot.
Thank you.
Wow.
Now let's see him try
This is
it.
delish. Oh, wow. Can you zoom in?
I got him zoomed in right now.
Yes. Delish.
Okay, now we're gonna get Brian.
That
Brian,
one-
have you tried it yet? Here we go.
That's awesome.
We got a thing going here,
Here's
Bianca.
Brian now.
Wow.
He's gonna have it in between the Cheez-Its.
In between his what?
In between his Cheez-Its.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Oh, I think you're just going for the.
Oh my God, he just
going for the
melted.
gusto. There you go.
Oh God. Oh good Lord.
This is getting.
Should we turn the cameras off?
Delightful.
Well, what's the
I'm sorry.
verdict? What's the verdict?
It's delish. It's freaking delish. Yeah.
No.
No.
I put this in the.
Yes.
So I'm a lot older than you, Bianca.
Yes.
I have STDs older than you, in fact.
This is delicious.
Actually, I don't have any STDs. But, like, this is to me, like, Brian, you would understand. When I was a kid, you went to the cereal aisle and there was one kind of Cheerios. And you went to the toothpaste aisle and there was one kind of toothpaste. And you went to the Ritz aisle and there was one kind of Ritz. Now there's like 32 kinds of Ritz, there's 52 kinds of toothpaste, and there's 32
The same
kinds
for
of
Oreos. Like
This is what makes this great.
Whipped cream is perfect. Whipped cream was perfect when it was just plain old whipped cream. I don't need.
And people use it as whipped cream, not as whippets.
I don't need.
That's a different show.
I don't know how kids come up with this stuff.
You must have went to the Votech, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
But this is to me in the like the oat bran, coconut Cheerio.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I just want regular whipped
Well,
cream.
it's
doesn't do
but
it
it's
for me.
marketing though, and it's clever marketing, and
No,
the
I
diversity
disagree.
in our food that we have, and the freshness
We
and the
need
quality.
diversity
Clever
in our
marketing
food
is
This
like
is
every
not North
people.
Korea. Okay,
Peking ravioli
I'll
is
tell you
clever
that.
marketing. Peking ravioli is clever marketing.
Peking ravioli.
That's
I bet you they don't
crap.
even have those in North Korea.
You need your
They might not.
diversity like the people.
They might not.
All
They don't. They don't.
Next one up. Raspberry licorice. Oh my god, naturally flavored. Sounds like, I don't know.
I like natural.
I don't.
I like natural.
Try it out,
I like,
see if you like it.
I like anything that has lick in the title. Oh, licorice.
It tastes a bit nutty. It only comes from one island.
Ew.
Look at this. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way.
It's licorice.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's more like a
It's
Tonka
okay.
toy or
It's
something. I don't know.
you were at the Quincy Corey's. It was the first time you got a bottle of anisette that you stole from your grandmother's cupboard. Okay, that's exactly what it's going to
When
taste
did
like.
we get to the
Brian,
Corey's in Quincy?
I'm not Italian, man. We stole Budweiser, man.
Oh, that's awkward. I can't.
Okay, it looks like Bianca's dying over there.
Yeah. Well, you never stole anisette from your grandmother's cupboard?
I stole who
No,
from the what?
she hides it behind the good china.
The anisette cookies?
No.
I did get drunk once on Amaretto at Lisa's and Bruno's house. On
There you go.
Point, yeah.
Yeah. Was that at the Corey's? I want to know.
No, that was down Quincy
Oh
Point
my
by
God.
by Point.
What's the
Middle
verdict
School.
on these guys?
Suck.
Nothing.
They
There's nothing to
blow.
them.
Yeah.
They blow.
Yeah.
They're a miracle of physics because they blow and suck at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is actually scientifically
I
impossible.
don't. Actually, this is something I found that I don't like. The consistency of the licorice just fell apart.
God.
Licorice should be chewy and
there's no
sweet.
The best thing we've had tonight was Bianca licking the Reese's peanut butter cup whipped cream off my chest.
Oh, yeah.
Which was off camera.
Which was off camera.
Yeah.
Right?
That was
Shannon
pretty,
or unshannon?
that was pretty
That
hot.
was
That was pretty
great.
hot, Bianca. I got to
For
admit.
the crop.
Yeah.
You guys have fun with that.
I don't ever want to see that. I don't ever want to see that
You
again.
already did.
So
I want to poke
actually,
my other eye out.
Besides the whipped cream, it was actually the coconut candies that were actually the best.
Did I just say that?
I did like the coconut candies.
yeah, that was a hit.
And the whipped cream licking. So.
Well, you didn't like the whipped cream, so everyone liked the
That
candy.
wasn't- yeah.
Well,
that's it.
I like the whipped cream. I thought the whipped cream was
I said,
nice.
well, I said he
like
didn't
variety.
like the whipped cream.
You know?
So
Like I
across the
said,
board, the candy
it's not
was
North Korea. Okay, look how. I just want to point out how fortunate we are
Oh, boy.
to have this. We have like 40 different things to choose from, and you know what? There's kids out there that still don't want to eat.
They still
And like
don't
you
wanna
said, when we
eat.
were growing up,
Bring them to Alba.
you had Cheerios or you had honey Cheerios. There's nothing else.
You didn't even have honey
I'm
Cheerios.
vegan and I want non-GMO Cheerios
vegan?
and I want them to have a hint of coconut.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. You know?
Okay, now we're done with the food. Let's get back to Quincy because we only have a couple more minutes. Tell me what there's some new restaurants coming up in the area that haven't opened yet, or what's going on? In the future?
There's actually a couple really cool things coming up. I actually can't talk about them yet. The deal's not done.
secret?
But no, you know what? There's people working on leases and that. But we're gonna
How much do we have to pay?
There's a really cool new kind of Latin-inspired cocktail bar coming up.
Ooh.
There's another new restaurant that'll be right across from the Thomas Green Public Library that's coming up. There's just some cool stuff. And then we're working on to bring Quincy's the biggest city in New England without a brewery right now. And I'm actually working with a lot of folks. We're going to have Quincy's first brewery pretty soon. It's going to be called Break Rock Brewing. We just did a Mainvest crowdfunding campaign. Mainvest funds all these it's built around helping reinvigorate America's Main Streets, hence the name Mainvest. It's a crowdfunding campaign, but it's not a donation. You actually invest in these businesses, and we're looking to open Quincy's first brewery, and it was the fastest fundraising campaign in Mainvest history.
Wow.
They're I don't even know if I can talk about the target numbers, but they were the fastest to their target goal they raised their target money in 23 days. I think like over $50,000 in 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
Just from people donating $100 here, a couple $100 there.
Wow.
Marina Bay is popping.
Yeah,
I don't know
is.
if you know the Frateroli family.
I
The
do,
Fraterolis are the first family of the North End. That's what we call them. They own half the restaurants in the North End. Donato Frateroli is the founder of the Taste of the North End, one of New England's most successful food fundraisers. Past president of the Mass Restaurant Association. 2 years ago, they bought an old restaurant in Marina Bay called Captain Fishbones. It's now Victory Point.
That's correct.
They just put in a new all-Italian Italian, legit North End style Italian menu, handmade pasta, fresh baked bread, seafood befitting their location on the
Lots of
water.
great stuff.
Wow, yeah,
and
it is.
they're doing legit cool food. I actually had lunch there yesterday, and they have this new chicken dish stuffed with provolone
He's
and
cheating on
spinach.
us.
Oh
He's
my
cheating on
god!
us, Bianca.
so
Well,
my
guys,
God.
I hate to say
The
this.
Rail House just opened up there. There's a lot. There's a
Where
legit
was
stuff
the
going on Marina
invite?
Bay.
Oh,
We're going to keep probably
Mamma
with the
You
conversation
keep,
afterwards.
the whipped cream
We gotta-
thing, you know. We
we
got
gotta
a
go,
thing going
folks.
on.
Oh,
you know?
Maron.
We got to go. They're still
Who has to
going.
go?
We're going to keep going after the
has
mics
to
are
go?
turned. We have to go. It's time. The end of the show, girls,
Oh, boy.
girls and boys.
Hey, this is when Lawrence welcomes
Girls
Bubbles,
and
everyone.
boys.
Bubbles.
All right. You guys are having a good time now. A little too much wine and coconut candies. All right, folks.
Wine.
Bianca.
There's no wine. No, that communion. I don't
Bianca
understand.
will be back next month, hopefully, with another edition of the Food Queen. And we don't know who the guests are going to be yet. But Kerry, thank you so much for coming
you,
by.
guys.
Thank you.
And next time we'll get those restaurant owners in here and to have a little more conversation about
drag 'em in.
Quincy and the great dining in this area. Okay, folks, until the next time, Food Queen, Bianca, say goodnight.
Good night.
There you go.